Welcome to this Franklin Public Schools screencast. In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to correctly open your iPhoto and your iTunes library after putting your files on your newly updated MacBook. So here we are on the laptop. I'm going to open a Finder window. At this point, you should have copied your files from your storage device back onto your newly updated computer. If you haven't done that, there is a screencast on the wiki that you can watch for some assistance with that. If I go and look in my music area, I will see that I've copied over my iTunes library, or depending on the version you had previous, you either copied over an iTunes folder or an iTunes library folder. It doesn't matter what it's named there. The point is that all your files are in one of those folders. So I'm just verifying that that is there. If I look in the pictures area, I will see that there's also my iPhoto library from my old computer as well. So now I know that the library files are there. I have to tell the programs to point to those folders. So this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to click on the Applications menu and see all the different applications on the computer. And you'll notice a bunch of new applications we put on here that we'll explore later, or you can explore on your own if you want. You got to find either iPhoto or iTunes. We'll do iTunes first as an example. To make iTunes point to that folder, when you launch it, when you double click on it, you have to be holding down the Option key. So here I'm going to hold Option on my keyboard. It's down by the space bar. So I'm holding Option and I double click iTunes. By doing that, it gives me this window. This window gives me the choice of creating a new library from scratch or choosing a library that might be somewhere already on my computer. I'm going to click Choose Library. I'm going to go to my music area and I'm going to select the folder that I know is my iTunes library. So I'm going to click on iTunes library once to select it and then click open. And what that will do is it'll open that library in iTunes. Now, depending on when you launch iTunes, you might see things in different views. I happen to be in list view right now. The view buttons are up here, so you might be in a format where it's showing album view, or you might be in cover view, where it allows you to see your files like that. It's all the same thing, it's just up here you can change the view. So it looks like my iTunes library has opened. Now every time you launch iTunes from now on, you can just click on it once or double click on it and it'll go right into here because you've pointed it to that folder. So that one's done. Let's take a look at iPhoto. I'm going to again open a Finder window. I'm going to go to Applications and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold down Option when I double click on iPhoto. Now iPhoto is going to be a little bit different. iPhoto has a lot more new features in this newer version. So here it's detecting that there's a folder already called iPhoto Library in that Pictures area. For sake of argument, go ahead and choose Other Library and make sure, again, you're in the Pictures area and you want to click on that iPhoto Library folder. You'll see a bunch of files in there. You don't want to do anything with those. Just click on iPhoto Library and hit Open and it will launch and you'll get some more messages. Now this message says this photo library needs to be upgraded to work with this version of iPhoto. So your choices are to either quit or upgrade. You're obviously going to upgrade and that will still bring all your pictures in. And you'll see some things start happening on screen. You might get some messages about do you want to find locations of your pictures, or some other things might ask to try to help you. Make those choices on your own. More than likely you'll probably choose no for those things. When iPhoto fully launches, you will get this screen that welcomes you to the new version, which has a lot of cool new features. You can choose to watch some tutorials. There's some other helpful links on the side. If you want this window to come up again later, you can leave this box down here in the corner checked. If you don't want this to show, you can uncheck it and it won't come back. I would say leave it checked and maybe check out some of the tutorials if you plan to play with iPhoto later. So here we are in iPhoto. You'll notice if you've used iPhoto before, the side is a little bit different. Things are now listed as events. You can look at photos by date. Faces, you can actually have the program face recognize your pictures and mark them with whoever is in that picture. We'll explore some of these things probably in some upcoming Tech Tool Times. There are some tutorials that we've also linked up on the Tech Wiki if you'd like to explore those things on your own. So now that you've linked up your iPhoto library and your iTunes library, every time you launch them from here on out, you'll be good to go. Thanks for watching.